Howdy everybody, and welcome back to another video on Songsmith. My name's Keaton, and I'm your guys' host for today, as usual. So today's episode is going to be a little bit different. Depending on what you guys say on Instagram will depend even when this video comes out. However, long story short, first off, it's 2025. Welcome and ring in the new year. Again, if this comes out late in the year, then that might not be as exciting and new to you guys. However, yes, it is 2025 now, and I thought since the turn of the year is here and everybody makes their New Year's resolutions, I would not do the same. In fact, I'm gonna just make this video as like kind of goals for the upcoming year. This, I don't know, could be long, short. It's not gonna be that long of a video, but I just want to lay out a couple of the goals I have for this year as a way to, first off, like, I've said them, they're out loud, they're in the world, and you guys will be able to hear them and kind of keep me accountable to what I have previously said. So yeah, these are all mainly goals related to music. I won't get into some like personal stuff just because that could go on for ages. But with that being said, let's jump right in. One of the first big things I want to do this year is, we'll start with this. I want to buy a new computer, and that's like pretty important. I need a new computer as like the home base for my whole music, podcast, all that type of stuff, due to the fact that the computer I'm running off of is a 2012 MacBook Pro. It's a pretty good computer by all means. The only problem is that I can't download certain software due to its age. It's running High Sierra, I think that's how you say that, which is like a 10-year-old operating system. And I could upgrade to El Capitan? No, that's the last one. Whatever is after High Sierra, but last time I did that, my computer was acting a little bit buggy, so I've left it at this. But regardless, due to the age of the operating system, it cannot download certain things, and due to the age of the computer, it cannot download the newer operating systems. You kind of see where I'm going. So certain things I need, especially in relation to some new equipment I've got. I got this, maybe. If you guys were on Instagram, you would have seen. I posted about this drum machine I got. That's pretty fun. I need the Akai software. I forget exactly what software it's called. It's included with this. At least that's what I understand. There's a like demo version and stuff too. But to properly map this to Ableton, which is what I've been using, I might switch to GarageBand for some stuff. With music, if I get a new computer, I can't use GarageBand on this computer because it got deleted and I can't re-download the new version. See, same problem. But yeah, it's not mapped properly. These knobs, all this kind of stuff isn't supposed to play drum sounds necessarily. Like the I don't know, undo button, play, pause, those can play drum sounds. Normally that's not the case, and these aren't mapped to the proper spots. So it works, but it's really buggy without setting it up properly. On top of that, I also got this MIDI keyboard. That's a little easier to unplug. Another Akai product. This is so much fun. This is something I've been wanting for a while. I got the Pro version for Christmas, or Plus, whatever it is. It gives you, I think, an extra octave or something. It's a little bit bigger, still relatively transportable though, and it lets me do a little bit more. So this is a fun item I also got for Christmas. But with that being said, certain things don't work completely right in software, or I can't download some different types of software I would like to get for music production. So getting a new computer is a goal, and saving up for that is a big part of it. So that's the first thing. On top of that, some other stuff I would like to do. Get into music production, as I've been saying for over a year now, I think, since the podcast started. And I mean, the trailer came out in 23. It's 25 now, so late 23 anyway, so it's only been a year. I want to learn how to do music production, and I'm actually taking the steps to do it between the equipment I'm buying, the MIDI keyboard, as well as a new computer to be able to do it. And finally, one of the biggest things that I've been needing is a way to learn properly, because there's a great YouTube videos, great YouTubers out there. In fact, one of them I've been watching for a while, super helpful, Nathan James Larson, except I have finally actually purchased a music production course. It's called Producer Accelerator, and it's by that YouTuber Nathan James Larson. Huge discount because he was going to stop selling it in 2025 to move on to some different projects, and that was going to take too much extra time. So there was a huge sale at the end of the year. Purchased it, and I actually was watching some of that earlier today. So I'm excited to get into that and actually like have a little bit better grasp on what I'm doing. Like I can work my way around Ableton and all that, but I know that this course is going to help a lot in terms of actually learning how to do production, building out whatever it is I'm trying to make. So I'm excited for that. That's goal number 2. Goal number 3, write more songs, because I wrote some last year. I have a lot of things I started last year, but I want to write more, finish more, and then also take those songs and start producing them. So it's kind of this big jumble of stuff. In fact, there's a song I was working on maybe 2 months ago that I really like. It's another worship-esque song. It has a lot of the stuff I've written even though I want to kind of do some other stuff outside of that too. But that is one of the songs I want to finish and actually do for Celebrate Life. I probably won't have it done for Celebrate Life, but I'd like to also like build a production for it with, play a little guitar. That sounds awful. Just strum. Anyway, as well as, build out everything, drums, keys, whatever else I want to add in there. I feel good about it. It's a fun song, but long story short, write more, finish more, and more co-writes, because at this point in time, I've not done practically any. And I'd like to do more, especially as I get into the realm of like making stuff ready for release, which I'll get to that in a minute. But writing more stuff with other people, getting other people's perspective, learning how to co-write, because I've done like a little bitty much. And it's a little bit with my cousin, which is cool and fun, but we haven't really even sat down to do like, it's not like, okay, we're meeting up at this time to go co-write and yada yada. It's more like he's over, hey, you want to mess around for a little bit, and then we get sidetracked and it's whatever. It's fun. The one song I was mentioning, I did a little bit of work on with him, but I'd like to do some dedicated co-writes, whether it's with him and other people. I like to get a mix of people. So that also includes me finding people in the area. But anyway, next thing, I want to release music next year, this year, whatever, 2025. Probably not earlier in the year, but I'd like to release something by, I don't know, the 4th quarter of the year. So what? October, November, December, somewhere in that time. Earlier, great, but definitely by then. And technically, I have released one thing, and it's here on not on this YouTube channel. It's on my music page, which is just another. It's just for music stuff. So if you're familiar with the show Gravity Falls, Disney 2012 animated show, super fun. That right there is a real world version of the journal from the show. It's just a fun, goofy mystery show. So if you need something to watch and you like animation, that's cool. But I made like a slowed down, ominous version. I mean, it's pretty simple, but it was fun and I thought it sounded decent. So I'm like, okay, I'll post this. And it got a decent amount of traction. I think like 600 some views are where we're sitting at right now, and somewhere in the 20 likes or something, so not half bad for being the only thing on that page, and a couple comments too. So yeah, that was fun. But I'd like to release some actual songs that I've written, produced on my own, and like, even though a unique version of a song is cool, doing like my own stuff is the goal. When I start releasing, I'm going to be working towards some sort of project. I don't want to just like sporadically do stuff, so I need to get things ready for that too. Maybe I'll release a single and then start doing stuff. It'll probably start on YouTube, and then once I am a little bit more like, okay, I've got my footing and this is where we're headed with stuff, then I'll start releasing things on Spotify and so on and so forth. So that's cool. That is another goal for this year, and that might be everything. I mean, continuing the podcast is obviously a big thing. Getting guests on the show. I know I've said it before. I know I'll say it again, but like, I'm working with getting some actual people on the show. I've got some traction with a couple different people. So in the new year, now that things are kind of getting back in running, I'm going to go about contacting people in like scheduling stuff a little bit different than I used to be. However, there should be people showing up in episodes very, very soon, at least in terms of later releases. I think I have like 4-5 episodes that are going to come out before the first interview, but when that comes out, that should be every couple episodes. Hopefully we'll have guests on the show, so long as I can get everybody scheduled and get that all set up. So having guests on the show is another goal. That might be everything. yeah, I mean, I'd love to connect with you guys more. Commenting down below, I'd love to, hear your thoughts on the episode, on what you guys are working on. If you're not already, you can check me out on Instagram and just, follow along with the show, music, and everything else. I post much more frequently on there than I ever do on YouTube, just because posting several times or different content on each platform is a little bit difficult, especially when you're on a time constraint with, being in high school. But with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little blurb of what I'm focusing on this year. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next episode. Or if you want to check some out, I'll put some right over here so you can maybe look or subscribe. So thank you guys again, and I will catch you next time. Adios.